What is going on, everybody? My name is Nico and welcome back to another Pokemon Unite character guide. This one is over Blastoise because this character just dropped and I've been playing a ton of him, and I really wanted to show people how exactly the best way, in my opinion, to play Zapdos is. Like I mentioned in the Talonflame guide, these videos are for the casual Pokemon Unite player. They're for people that are playing this game, not pay to win, just having a good time and want to rank up. This is the guide for you. But if this is your first time here on the channel, make sure you are subscribed for more Pokemon Unite and Pokemon content in the future. Let's get into it. So first off, we're going to go straight to the held items. That's the best place to start. We're going to look at Shell Bell on this guy because the special attack and the cooldown reduction is really nice because of this Pokemon's particular kit. Honestly, if I had to describe Blastoise, it's just a better Slowbro. Honestly, at the end of the day, that is what this Pokemon is, because Slowbro is just, he's not great at his role, and then they nerfed him, and he hasn't gotten a whole lot better. Okay, Blastoise just takes what's fun about Slowbro and makes it better. Moving on, Focus Band. You get that defense, you get the special defense, super nice little health back if you get a little low, and obviously Buddy Barrier. I run this on so many Pokemon, and gives you some extra HP, and when you ult, gives everybody a shield. Super nice. Moving on to the moveset that you're actually going to want to use. First off, we have Hydro Pump and Water Spout. Hydro Pump is going to be able to move enemies around and kind of throw them where you want them. This is the preferred move. This is so much better than Water Spout, especially when you pair it with its other move. Instead of Surf, don't take Surf, take Rapid Spin. Rapid Spin is going to turn you into a little shell, and you're going to spin around. This is going to change your basic attack. It's going to make your basic attack do AoE damage. So you hit everybody that you're spinning around, and then when you activate Hydro Pump, it's going to blast everybody in the direction that Hydro Pump hits them. So it's super nice for repositioning enemies, and it's a fantastic move. And then obviously your Hydro Typhoon, you're going to do a big spinning attack that hits everybody in the area and does really big damage, which is just awesome. Like, it's a very good ultimate, especially on like Zapdos and things like that. Super useful. Torrent as well is a really nice little bonus. When the Pokemon is at half HP or less, its attack and special attack are increased. Super cool stuff for Blastoise. So the in-game scenario. Early game, you're going to be very powerful, but your mobility is not as good as it is when you're actually Blastoise. Squirtle has far less mobility. What you're going to normally do is go top lane with an attacker because you're super good at putting other Pokemon in the position for your attacker to just wipe. It is a super good Pokemon for that. Going in and just spoon feeding kills to your attacker is what Blastoise is so dominant at. So at the beginning of the game, you'll have Water Gun and you will have Skull Bash. Skull Bash is something that makes you dash and it stuns the enemy. You can dash through targets, which is what the big combo is. You're going to dash through targets and then use Water Gun back towards your attacker. This is going to do tons of damage for starters, but it's also Water Gun pushes, much like Hydro Pump, pushes the opposing Pokemon that you hit in the direction that you shoot it. So using your Skull Bash and throwing them back at your attacker gives your attacker a perfect opportunity to do tons of damage while you are, just throwing other Pokemon around. It's just a really easy way to secure some early kills, get that early experience. Really fun attacker for that. And it's just, like I said, it's fantastic to be able to spoon feed Pokemon kills, which is super big in the early game. Get somebody really far ahead, and then they become a dominating force late. Now, once you hit War Turtle and you really start to kind of start really getting into bigger fights, Dreadnought spawning, things like that, Rapid Spin is going to come into play huge here because you're going to be able to get into the middle of fights and you're going to be able to spin and do a bunch of AoE damage, which is really big, but also throw Hydro Pumps, which is going to allow you to throw the enemies wherever you need them. If you need somebody removed, Hydro Pump them. If you need somebody, thrown closer to the team, Hydro Pump them. It's super useful that way. I do think Rapid Spin is going to end up getting a nerf because it is really long, but you can cancel it at any time because the fact of the matter is you cannot activate your ultimate while you are using a Rapid Spin. So that's one thing you have to consider when you get to the late game. Now, once you finally hit Blastoise at level 9, you're going to be doing so much in terms of, moving Pokemon around, but also damage. Your ultimate is insane with the amount of damage it does, and it's so good in team fights. First off, your Buddy Barrier, giving someone a shield and giving yourself a shield. They might think they have you. You go ahead and pop your ultimate and get that spin off. You're going to be doing a ton of damage and just changing the whole tide of the fight. And the fact of the matter is Blastoise is very beefy as a defender, so it's very tough to remove this Pokemon from play. He also has a ton of 1v1 potential as Blastoise. You just get to the late game and you just take so much damage. Being able to handle stuff like Greninja, Gardevoir, Cinderace, things like that is super awesome on this Pokemon. And being the fact that you do so much damage the lower on health you get, it's a very, very powerful Pokemon to... You really have to like consider whether or not you're actually going to go in on the 1v1 with this Pokemon, which is what makes you a powerhouse of defense. They really have to think about, do I want to take all this damage and possibly have somebody come gank me, or do I just want to try and move elsewhere? And it makes Blastoise super fun, especially when you are in the late game and trying to defend your goalposts. Using your Rapid Spin and Hydro Pump, doing so much damage and moving Pokemon completely off your goalpost is huge. You can really keep just doing that pattern right there, is Rapid Spinning, Hydro Pumping, and healing the whole time, and that is going to just make you a real pain to deal with while you're doing any sort of defense. Now, obviously, you are a defender, so you are going to be trying to give your attacker kills and also give your attacker, you know, minions and things like that. You're not going to try and steal all this stuff. It's good for Blastoise. Maybe if you're laning with something like a Mr. Mime or something like that, maybe you had to go bot for whatever reason, it's okay to get some of that stuff because you can be very, very powerful. You can be a threat. But if you're laning with an attacker, it's much more important for that attacker to get more powerful than you a lot quicker. So give them the XP, give them the kills. That is what's going to get you ahead in the game. And it's just very beneficial that way. Again, if you're laning with, you know, maybe you had to go bot and you're laning with like an all-arounder, or if you're laning with a support, then it's okay to start taking some XP and getting some kills and stuff like that. But you want to try and give your kills to your attacker. It's just going to make you that much better in the late game because your attackers are going to be doing a significant amount of damage. Now, in terms of objective control, Blastoise is super good at this because you're able to Rapid Spin in and Hydro Pump anything away. Also, if you don't Rapid Spin and use your Hydro Pump, it does have a good steal potential on things like Dreadnought and Zapdos because of its range. So you really have to balance that. If you want to go in, then Rapid Spin and move the enemies out of the way. Usually someone's going to follow you up on this and see this is happening and really do some work because you are going to chunk the attackers and the speedsters and things like that. So somebody's probably going to recognize this and hop in and help you take them out. But if you need to steal something, going in with your Hydro Pump can be a huge play. Or if it's, for example, Zapdos or something, or if it's an early Dreadnought and you have ultimate, it's low, go ahead and ult. Knock all those Pokemon up, steal the objective, and then you have a big shield from your buddy barrier. You're going to be doing a lot of work in that regard. So that pretty much sums up my guide for Blastoise. It's a very simple Pokemon in terms of what it does. It's really not that hard to understand. It's just more of a balancing act and knowing how the game actually works rather than how the character's played. Because like I said, Blastoise is very easy, but the way you give the XP to your attacker, or you play around giving the attacker kills and not getting yourself kills, some people might not be familiar with a concept like that. So it's more about actual game mechanics than it is versus playing the character. But in my opinion, Blastoise is a dominant defender. It's easily one of the best defenders in the game. It makes Slowbro pretty much null and void because it's just significantly better and does everything that Slowbro does but more. So in my opinion, definitely, if you like Slowbro, if you're a Slowbro main, just pick up Blastoise and you'll have a lot more success. But like I said, that's it for this one. If you found the video entertaining and helpful, make sure you leave a like and smash the subscribe button for more videos like this in the future. Be sure you check out the Discord where people over there playing Pokemon all the time, and check me out over on Twitch, TikTok, enter the chat, all that fun stuff. If you're interested in keeping up with me, this channel, the stream, the podcast, anything like that. Like I said, that's it for this one. I hope to see you all in the next video.